G'day legends, ATRON here, welcome to the #1 rank run for this Archdemon Deflect. So I did 2 runs on the last day and I had to change a couple of things. So one, since my first run of 452 million, I had increased my Chickaboom level to level 9, so he was sitting at level 31, so it gave me the option to increase the skill to level 9. In doing so, I found Wallawalla died too easy. That extra power boost, with him being Flame Guard, just offered some base, like the base health just wasn't enough. I did increase the Life Drain crest set on him as well to level 4. I had a couple of spare level 3, so Wallawalla was level 4, everyone else was level 3. So I've done this drop 3 times, one at 75%, one at half speed, and one at 25%, in case you guys just want to go back over it and have a look. Now I didn't really have like a lot to offer on the exact timing, because I simply just dropped SK or Skull Knight, and then I've really just turbo dropped everyone half a second later, and that just seemed to fit in with my heroes and their skill level and all that jazz. So that's what worked out best for me. So this will, go back to normal speed in a second. But yeah, I just found that the normal speed for Wallawalla, so the normal base health for Wallawalla just wasn't enough. So he did have like almost full dodge straights. I think I had 5 level 5 dodge straights and like a level 2 one sitting there. So I did end up changing 3 of those. Being Flame Guard, it wasn't a big concern of mine anyway. I mean, maybe if he was Stone Skin, I'd be a bit hesitant to change those traits, but being Flame Guard, it actually helps him out a little bit of dodge, a little bit of HP. But what happened is it was enough. Oh, sorry guys. It was enough to keep him alive. As you can see, his health still dips. Don't get me wrong, health still dips. But he does stay alive. Now I've got another clip at the end of this after everything's done where it wasn't my account because I didn't have any runs left, but someone else's account I used, where I took out Ghoulem and I did replace it with Gunslinger. Now that Gunslinger was Stone Skin, but it did have a couple of HP traits, and I'll get into why I think cracking the 500 million on this demon will be fairly easy once that Gunslinger has a little bit more health on her. So nothing changed, guys. Nothing changed like for the team setup. It was just the traits and skill levels of certain aspects of this team. So Wallawalla was really the only one that changed. I did increase his inscription level from 95 to 100. I did change his talent, as he did have Blinding Blow. And in the first couple of times, it was around the 45-second mark. The Blinding Blow might have just teed up with that Deflect and doing that 480% damage. That's probably going to hurt him. That's one of the reasons I thought he may have died. So I ended up taking the Blinding Blow off and putting a Pyromage level 1. So just nothing that's going to affect him, and something that adds a little bit more damage as well. So out of everyone, I think PD, Arctica, and Wallawalla all had little summons on them, so summon enchantments. I mean, Ghoulem had Burning Plate. If you were going to keep Ghoulem in, the best practice, I suppose, would be to use a summon on him as well, but I really wasn't going to take off the Burning Plate because it gave him more HP. So there were the 3 things that I changed. So as a point to note, I believe if you've got a Chickaboom level 8, so skill level 8, your base health for all the heroes should be okay, right? But once I went to level 9, I needed to increase that base HP, because the extra increased damage from that 28% on Chickaboom level 8 to the 32% on Chickaboom level 9 was just, I found it was too much. Now I could just be guessing here, but I changed the HP traits and I was able to stay alive. So going on, this finishes up soon, all fun and games. That's what happened. Now, I still believe there's improvement, as I said, by taking Ghoulem out, and why I believe that's possible is because all the low HP heroes are already in Goblet, so they're the ones like PD, Arctica, and Wallawalla. They're all in Goblet, and they're all offering enough enough survivability by themselves, right? So if I take Ghoulem out, which I don't like, I think the heal, Walla's heal is more, but I just don't think Ghoulem offers enough HP, like enough heal over the time. So I did end up putting Havoc in. I know in one of the last videos, maybe I said I'm going to take Havoc out to rely on, you know, the demon hitting Skull Knight a little bit more on that victory lunge and having that reflect. I mean, he still gets it done, but it was just a bit too risky. I found, you know, the demon was going out of control for a couple of seconds there. So I think I go through a lot of the enchantments and the traits here for the most part. No, maybe it was just Walla from what I changed. So that's all good. But now I think if you're going to replace Ghoulem with Gunslinger, and I definitely think it's possible. I've got a clip coming up that's on fast forward. Not the same level as my heroes, but the basic concept is still there. Some of them are pretty much identical. So yeah, sitting on the spotlight. I am that over there on the Imster was actually from our guild as well, so that's kind of cool. We had 2 people from our guild on the spotlight for this Castle Crisis. So anyone who knows these people, I know Woon had a totally different setup to most people, but any on that top charts, I'd love to get just hook me up online and have a chat, because I'd love to share some strategies. I know Woon has a YouTube channel, so I believe that video will be up soon. And so this was just one I did from a guy from, I think, Bruce from Purgatory. He gave me a holler, and he's like, "Oh, do you want to have a go?" And I was really tempted to, you know, I really wanted to try this, dropping Gunslinger or dropping Ghoulem for Gunslinger. Now the stuff was pretty much the same what I did, right? So there wasn't too much difference. His Mech Tessa was only Evo, and it wasn't the same. But Mech Tessa died fairly early, which doesn't really matter. It's not the point of this clip coming up. His Gunslinger was a 6 of 8 Stone Skin, which, by the way, Stone Skin does nothing to this demon. Like, if you've got an 8 of 8 Stone Skin hero, it's not going to make you survive any better. It's all about the HP, because Deflect, to my knowledge, ignores Stone Skin, so you're getting much. Now, Mech Tessa dies early, but Gunslinger stays alive until like a minute 30, I think, something like that. I mean, she's still dipping in health, and she isn't in Goblet, which is the other thing to mention here. So Arctica, Walla, and PD were still in the Goblet. So if you did get a Gunslinger with 8 of 8 Tenacity, she's definitely going to stay alive. I know a few people out there have got an 8 of 8 Tenacity Gunslinger and used in this demon, and she barely dipped below, like, you know, 85% health. So she was at the top spectrum, which makes me think, one, she can be added for extreme amounts of DPS in comparison to Ghoulem. Yeah, so a minute, pretty much. So she'd last a minute 20, and it just would have been an unfortunate couple of hits there. So, but you know, there's no reason with a little bit extra HP that she wouldn't have stayed alive there. Whether or not, because all of the other heroes are in Goblet of Life, so PD, Arctica, and Walla, it makes me think maybe you can put her in Axe if she has enough health, but probably not. Like, it would have to be something you could test out. But she could definitely, like, this team, if it was my team and I had an 8 of 8 Tenacity Gunslinger, I reckon Ghoulem is unnecessary. So that's my next time to crack 500 million. That's the team I think is going to happen. This one here, but the Gunslinger definitely needs some HP. So anyway, if you know any of the guys in that top chart, guys, I am keen to get in touch with them, just to, you know, brainstorm some ideas with them. So that'd be really cool if they want to reach out and do some ideas. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys, and as always, enjoy. We'll see you next Archdemon, I suppose.